Good morning and welcome to American Truck Simulator. This is David Steele and this is Smarty's Peterbilt 350. So the Peterbilt 350 is most definitely a classic truck, and I'm going to put a link to Smarty's truck in the description below. Smarty describes the Peterbilt 350 as a precursor to the long-nose conventional trucks that came afterwards. He goes on to say, I quote, "Its swooping fenders, bolted radiator shell and imposing 130-inch bumper-to-back of cab dimension made it a truly majestic king of the highway." And also quite exclusive as well. So less than 850 of the 350, that's the twin rear axle model, were made. You'll have noticed I'm actually driving a single rear axle, that's the 280. And they didn't even build 400 of those. So I need to be particularly careful I don't break this one so badly that it can't be fixed. Regular viewers of the channel might be rolling their eyes, but then I might let it broken something so bad it could be repaired afterwards. Right? Anyhow, putting all that, misalignment and conjecture about the quality of my driving to one side, let's see what jobs they've got available. Alright, I am going to skip forward through this bit. I chose a 300-mile, £31,000 job, but in all likelihood I am going to end the video before I reach the end of my destination. This will not be a quick truck. Okay, windows down. There's my cargo just over there on the left, so go around these middle tanks. There should be a straightforward collection, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but we'll certainly get to see. This truck has a massive big nose and a short, stubby little tail, which basically means it's fairly easy to maneuver. Something like the Kenworth W900, especially the long wheelbase version, after the Cummins 100 update, it feels as long as this thing is wide, and it's a little difficult. It's a lot difficult to maneuver. I'd like to back it into this little gap here between these tanks, but I don't think I'm going to judge it correctly, and I don't even think the truck will be too wide. So we'll switch to some external views. The older trucks do not have as good mirrors as the newer ones. Yeah, I can see I was off there, but it's not going to matter because look how short this wee stumpy fella is. Let's back it up there, let's move it forward. I'm using the 10-speed in automated mode today because I've got no display on the gear and I'm using a controller and it's just easier that way. Yeah, loads of room to maneuver here. I should probably drop the air suspension. I don't know whether this machine had air suspension back in the late 40s, but I'm going to make my life easier and there we go, just drop it down. It's not worth embarrassing myself not being able to connect it to the trailer for the 37th time and the 37th video in a row. Okay. Oh, like a pro. I do this all the time. Okay, I'm happy with that. We've got ourselves connected. Let's make like a round of cheese and roll on out of... Yes, doesn't really work right now. Well, I'm just getting the truck prepared. We got 352. Okay, it's a bit further than 300 miles, but that's fine. We'll, yeah, not forget to turn off the parking brake. I'll probably should give it a quick tug test before I moved off, but the trailer's still connected, so we're all good there. Right, now it's time to make like a round of cheese and roll on out of here. Let's roll. So observations about the drive so far, I have to say this truck is doing just fine. I mean, with the caveat that it is not modern by any stretch. In fact, wait, what? Why is that white truck pulling into this lane when we're about to merge? Huh. That's bizarre. Okay. I mean, maybe he was confused by what the sign meant. Maybe he thought it meant lean to one side. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so observations on the truck so far. Well, it is no ball of fire, and I'm a big fan of saying that. Yes, dear. I'm going to turn left up here. But I don't know that I actually explained what was under the hood of this this 280. So we are running today the Cummins NHS 275. I believe that is the 12-litre class engine. You know what? Rather than say believe, I can actually just research this. So yeah, but I'm doing this. I believe it's a 12-litre engine. Yes, might be the fact that it's the supercharged variant. I'm not entirely sure there. It's rated at 275. Now I've looked at the hood, or under the hood, at the engine definitions, and it's not producing that much power as it's modelled. It's in the lower 200s, sadly. But I don't really think that matters too much. Its torque is rated at 750 foot-pounds, so that's normal torque. I mean, that's less than, that's about half what this kind of typical entry-level truck's going to be today, at least in the game. We're using an overdrive fuller 10-speed transmission that it's got a 433 final drive. So that means 55 miles an hour is about 1550 RPM, and peak torque in this engine is produced at about 1500 RPM. So we're aiming for a sort of sweet spot to cruise, 55 to 60. As it happens, it will eventually reach 65, but you won't be going any quicker. Probably ties in with what the speed you might be doing in the late 1940s. And I'm carrying a 31,000-pound cargo today, so its gross weight is probably 60,000 pounds, maybe. It's quite a lot for this old girl. But all that said, it is accessible. Having super short gearing certainly helps there, and I've enjoyed it. I mean, you've got to take your time. But the small chassis is a lot more manoeuvrable than Red Thunder's long wheelbase oil tanker feeling. So turns like a T-junction or an intersection, as the Americans would call it, just seems so much easier. Which means I don't have to lose so much speed, which kind of helps. I can keep things rolling. I'm going to get pulled over at this way station. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, well that's no problem. I guessed I was 60,000 pounds, so we'll find out. I quite enjoy the Texas way stations. They're a little bit more spacious and organised than other states. At least they seem to be in the game. So I'll slot in behind this oil tanker, a bit of engine brake, and let's see what happens. Let's see how much we weigh.
Okay, lass uns eine neue.
This feels like their perfect way station stop because I've got time to slow down, putting speed under control, as I should probably say. The tanker's got lots of time and space to move out of my way, and that's just great. Don't get the same thing in California. So I'm still 4 hours away from my destination, but I got to take a break in 2 hours of game time. The light's beautiful, truck's looking good. Let's see what we are. Okay, and we are 53,500 pounds. That's a bit less than I'd hoped, really. No, this is probably as good a place as any to be able to close the video. I hope that you've enjoyed this. This has been a very interesting truck to drive. I like the low performance, I like the short gearing, I like the look and the feel of it. So like I say, there'll be a link to Smarty's mod in the video description below. Hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have, you know what to do. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.